After enduring historic levels of inflation, the spread of a new COVID variant, and stalled agendas, what will President Biden and his administration face in 2022? Joining us now to share his thoughts is Washington insider Armstrong Williams. Armstrong, good morning. I hope you had a nice Christmas weekend.
Good morning, Eugene. Yes, every day is Christmas.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks for joining us. There's so many things that our country is dealing with right now. So as we look to the new year, what should the priority be for the Biden administration? How do you pick just one issue, right?
Well, inflation is certainly a critical issue that he has to deal with going into 2022. And the supply chain is even more important. That crisis has impacted Americans everywhere with their purchasing of food, just basic utilities, gasoline. You just look at across the board. Americans have lost much of their way of life, and many of them are just in a mode of survival. They've never seen anything like this, and much of this has to do with how choked up the supply chain has become. And if Biden were to continue loosening that supply chain, he will begin to see a difference in his polling numbers.
And let me ask you this, because we just reported on those new numbers from MasterCard on Christmas spending, record spending this year, even more so than in 2019 pre-pandemic. So how do we correlate that? We say that Americans are struggling, but at the same time they're spending all this money on the holidays. How do you look at that and then kind of build an agenda with that in mind?
Well, the problem with that, with interest rates at these level lows, and they will begin to creep up, Americans really have no idea about what their living conditions are. Once these interest rates are increased and money is no longer cheap to borrow, Americans begin to face their own crisis. There are people who bought homes where they pay literally too much for them. They're living above their means, and they won't face this reality until then. So, and plus, Americans are in a very depressive and a negative spirit these days because of what has happened throughout his last 2 years. And so to make themselves feel good, Eugene, they go out and spend money. It's a drug for them. They want to believe that everything is okay. They want to buy for their children. They want to buy for their grandchildren. But it's a drug that's just not real. And they're yet to face the reality of these consequences.
Yeah, almost like a Band-Aid. It's an interesting way to look at it. Thanks for sharing that viewpoint. I want to change your focus a little bit to Vice President Kamala Harris. In a recent interview, she was asked about her biggest failure while in office up to this point. I want you to listen to what she had to say, and then we'll get the reaction on the other side.
Cannot get out of D.C. more. On issues that are about fighting for anything from voting rights to child care to one of the issues that I care deeply about, maternal health. Being with the people who are directly impacted by this work, listening to them so that they, not some pundit, tells us what their priorities are, I think is critically important.
So how important is it for the Biden administration and for the vice president to look outside the D.C. bubble and listen to the concerns of real Americans outside the nation's capital?
Well, let me tell you, Eugene, she's not wrong. We live in these isolated bubbles where special interest groups and lobbyists determine the influence of our votes. We don't necessarily vote the interests of the American people. And it's not just Democrats. Democrats and Republicans believe if you're a Democrat, or if you're a Republican, or if you're independent, it says everything about your values. It says everything about your politics. It says everything about your choices. But Americans are much more diversified than party labels. And the vice president is correct. You need to get out and hear their concerns, hear the things that frighten them, how their way of life has changed. And even being out among American people, they can whisper reality to you that you've been lost on you during your moment of isolation. So I think she's correct, not just for the vice president, but for all politicians in the Congress to get out and connect with the American people.
Yeah, easier said than done right now with travel restrictions and everything else related to COVID, but we'll see. They have less than a year now to the midterms. Hopefully they can get out there and really start connecting with the American public. Armstrong Williams, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Judy.